Anime is so wacky, bro. I don't know how I watch this shit. Okay, family. Let's do this. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cordero. I'm one half of the podcast group Negro Jump. I've been wanting to talk about some stuff for a while in depth that we've talked about on our podcast before. Stuff that's just been on my mind as a long-term anime watcher. I've been watching this stuff for over half my life. I'm noticing things, a lot of things that I feel a lot of you have. Anime is full of a ton of tropes. Over the years, you start getting used to it, you know, stuff like the spiky hair protagonist, the secret organizations, the anime those are definitely out there. But there's one trope I've noticed for a long time that I don't really understand why it hasn't had much emphasis on it, or why we haven't talked about it more. It's one that everybody knows about, but for some reason I've never seen anybody dig into it, and I've always wanted to. One thing I've always wanted to know about anime is, why are anime dads so trash? Like, all of them. Most of the popular animes you watch, it's usually a single mother raising a child, or a child that has no family, or a child that has a great mission thrust upon them with really no parental guidance as to how to complete that task. It's a very black concept, to be honest. It's probably why a lot of black people love anime so much. There is that struggle sense that seems to resonate in every MC. But I've always wondered it. It's almost like they write it on purpose for the dad to be a terrible character. I've thought about a few animes over the last couple of years that really showed off that shitty dadism that I think needs to be brought to light. Just a note, if you are watching this, there will be some spoilers and some animes you may or may not have seen. So watch at your own caution, but don't get mad at me, alright? Listen, you stayed on the video, okay? So, you know.
I warned you, Susan.
It's all over, you know. Even if the dad isn't like completely absent, he's kind of a doof. Perfect example of this is one of my favorite animes growing up, Bleach. Bleach is about a young 15-year-old boy who somehow, through some misfortune and luck, becomes a soul reaper, essentially Grim Reapers if they were mixed with samurai. And he goes around and he hunts all sorts of cool things, and he makes friends and gets into shenanigans, right? For most of the story, his dad is present in doses, but he's usually this goofball of a guy. He's taking care of the family, you know. He would seem on paper like a good dad. And then you don't find out until, I don't know, maybe like the last third of the show, that his father was actually a former captain of this Soul Reaper society, this society that he's been getting his ass kicked in for like hundreds of episodes. And you would think his father would be nice enough to be like, hey man, let me give you some pointers, because I know you out here struggling. I know you out here almost becoming a demon. I know you seriously about to die, but let me help you out, because otherwise all I'm doing is burning grits. It sounds like shitty father behavior to me. You just kind of show up to critique your kid, and he's just like, yo, what are you talking about? I've been out here this whole time. You had all the facts for me. I'm out here guessing. You a piece of work, dad. Obviously, the quintessential bad dad trope goes to one of the most popular animes of all time. You know I gotta mention it. I have to mention it. I'm talking about one Dragon Ball Z. The main character, Son Goku Kakarot, he's known by others. He is an alien from another planet who crash landed to Earth. Through some adventures, he basically becomes a protector of the planet, and even goes off planet to fight various things. He travels through space and time and galaxies and universes. He's a cultural icon in the Japanese world and in the American world. What's not to love about this guy? Oh, I don't know, maybe the fact that he's just kind of a piece of shit to his kid. In the most loving way possible, though, you know? It's like he cares by not caring. It's so weird. It's not even the fact that he's hurtful or abusive to his kid on the surface. It's like it's psychological shit, you know? He's the quintessential dad trying to pass on what he does to his kids, not even realizing his kid isn't really messing with what he's messing with, you know? He don't want to train. He said it in like episode 2. He just wants to be a scientist. He just wants to hang out, bro. He wants to live life. He wants to get good grades. His dad is a thug and it's like, yo, my nigga, you going into the family business. We kicking ass out here. I need you to get in this chamber and lose a year of your life. I'm going to throw you at the biggest, baddest nigga on the planet, and I want you to fight him because I think you can do it. Toughen up, little nigga. That's so psychologically tripping. Think about how traumatizing that was for a preteen that he had to overcorrect. This nigga went to high school. He was just like, nah, I'm not training. I'm not doing none of that stuff. It was like a bad dream. My dad had me doing some weird shit when I was a kid. I was swole as hell for no reason. Like, this is crazy. You don't think about that because you're watching a cartoon, but this nigga damaged the shit out of his son. Come on. It's a terrible dad. Terrible father. And I know some of you are young and you're like 16 and you're like, what is this old head doing talking about all these animes that I have no intention of watching, talking about bad dads? Look, dog, the trope follows you every iteration of anime. I promise you. One of the most popular new animes out right now is My Hero Academia. It's critically acclaimed. One of the coolest animes out right now. It really took itself to the next level in that classic go-to shonen. You are met by a young kid named Midoriya. He's by himself with his mom again. Where have you seen that from? He's by himself with a mother. And I wondered about that too, because I was like, ooh, you know, who's his dad gonna be? Whatever. I looked it up. I looked it up, dog. I needed to know. Here's a direct quote. It has been stated that Midoriya's father, he even has a name, Hisashi Midoriya. And by the way, Hisashi in Japanese literally means since the last time I saw you. That's what Japan is ruthless, man. It has been stated in the manga that Midoriya's father, Hisashi Midoriya, works overseas, and their parents have been since divorced. He also has a quirk. It is known that he can breathe fire. So, this nigga's alcoholic. Multiple fans have also noticed the distress Midoriya's mother shows when talking about her husband during the scenes, suggesting an absentee husband and some more personal problems. So, I mean, they on the rocks, bro. You know? This trope really is everywhere. In one of my favorite animes, Fullmetal Alchemist, it's shown blatantly that the father of the anime is trash. Fullmetal Alchemist is a great tale if you haven't seen it. It's about just two young struggling brothers trying to get whole again. They live in a world where this sort of pseudo-science magic called alchemy exists, and they can reconstruct and deconstruct things as they please, making all sorts of cool stuff. They get into all sorts of fights with otherworldly beings. It's a great anime for people who like action, depth, heartfelt scenes, all that good stuff. And the main antagonist in the show is the father of the two kids. He knowingly knows what he's doing is wrong and doesn't care. And when the kids find out about it, he'll still try to kill them. It's crazy. To drive my point home, I believe the worst anime dad of all time has to go to the one, the only, Jing Freaks. Come collect your Bad Dad Award, Jing. You is a terrible father. Terrible father. Hunter. You know what? I hate saying Hunter. I know all you gold star anime lovers out there be like, no, it's not Hunter x Hunter, it's Hunter. That shit don't roll off the tongue. Shut up. Hunter x Hunter sounds dope. It sounds awesome. Why are we saying Hunter? Seriously, why are we saying Hunter? I need to know this. Why aren't we putting it in there? It sounds way doper when you put, whatever. Okay. Hunter is an amazing anime. It's probably in my top 3 easily. I love it. I love the idea that anything is kind of possible in this world. It's akin to a One Piece, if you will, and just how crazy and wacky and how cool they weave these stories in and out. You follow a young boy whose sole purpose is to find his father. That's it. That's it. If any struggling brother can attest to this, you know what that's about. This little nigga just wants to find his dad and ask him some questions. That's the whole show. That's the whole show. It don't matter about all this other fun shit he gets to. They fight whole alien ants. They fight a shadow government. They fight they get badges. They try to figure out life. He fights a whole ninja. Like, the show is wild. It don't matter. I need to find my dad. I gotta ask him something. That's it. Now, he's told his son verbatim. This is a direct quote. He says, "If you look for me, if you are near me, and I sense your energy, I will run from you. I don't want to know you, little nigga." Like, that's it. Like, that's it. It's crazy. It is crazy. Why is this such a common trope in anime? Why is it that fathers in anime are either absentee, don't show up until way later, or just don't want anything to do with the child that they have? I honestly believe it's because it's one of the greatest ways to add struggle into a character. Every single anime MC has to start with some sort of upset. There has to be some trials that he has to overcome, not just on the outside, but on the inside. A common trope of anime is inner monologue and dealing with whatever demons you have in your head. So in order to tell the story properly and to really give some weight to this character, they have to give them flaws. They have to give them a struggle. And honestly, one of the most relatable struggles is an identity crisis, not knowing who you are, not knowing what you can do, not knowing who you can be. And by having the father absent, especially having the father maybe be someone influential or powerful, it actually gives that person context later on in the story who they are. And it gives them something to fight for. And that's something that anybody can relate to, whether you've had your parents in your life or not. It is just a great storytelling tool. So I honestly think that by leaving out the good dads, you are adding value to the story that you're watching. I still don't think Jing should have done his kid like that, though. And Goku, you really f***ed your child up. I hope you know that. Like, this nigga's in green sweatpants. He got glasses on. This nigga's an alien. Them glasses don't mean nothing. That ain't a prescription. This nigga's an alien that can literally has the power to blow up planets. He don't need glasses, bro. This nigga's got 20/20 vision. This nigga is traumatized. He's hiding behind the goggles. He's trying to figure out who he is because at 13 he chopped 2 heads off. You don't understand. Niggas don't understand what they're doing to their kids. Come on, it's crazy. All right, family. Those are my thoughts. I have several more. If you ever want to hear more, if you like this video, if you think, hey, you know, maybe these jump boys know a little something about a little something, and you want to hear specific topics, shoot us a comment, man. Let us know. What's something you want to hear us talk about? You want to hear some real shit? Wait till you get Gerard on a tear about the inner workings of One Piece. Let him piece into you why Blade is the greatest movie ever made known to man. Trust me, we got topics to talk about. I wanted to do something cool like this to make something short and sweet. We talk about a lot of this in our podcast. If you haven't listened to our podcast, it's up. It's on the channel. It's also on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. We talk about a lot of these things in depth. But if you don't have the time for it and you maybe want something short and sweet, this is something that I'm hoping we can do regularly to kind of give you niggas something, I don't know, something to have in your ear, something to figure out why you like this goofy shit that is anime. Got niggas reading subtitles. You got niggas reading subtitles on a Tuesday evening. Confusing the shit out of our coworkers. They don't know what's going on. Anime is crazy, bro. This shit, anime crazy, bro.